Welcome, welcome. It's your host, Delano of the Fanwire Podcast. I hope y'all are officially ready for our Washington Mystics to take on the Indiana Fever. Oh wow, we have another scratch for the lineup. Shakira Austin will be out for today's matchup. Caitlin Clark is not playing either. Is anybody playing today? Good grief. Okay, let's see what's going to be popping today. I know there are a lot of fans that are not happy that they don't get to see Caitlin Clark. So let's dig deeper into the injury report so that we can see what is going on here. Okay, let's see. Okay, so Shakira Austin is out today. She might, even though her estimated return date is today, but let's see here. What's going on? This what's going on? Why is it moving like this? Okay. This is questionable for today's matchup due to a right leg injury. Oh man. Okay. We need to see what's going on with Shakira Austin because she has had hip injuries and things of that nature. So hopefully it's something small. Hopefully this is just preventive maintenance. But let's see. Let's see what's going on. Let's jump up. Let's see what's going on with Caitlin Clark. She's just listed as day to day. So no telling. This could probably just be a rest day. She doesn't have anything to prove to anybody. So let's see what's happening. Yeah. So again, Caitlin Clark has been ruled out of today's matchup against the Washington Mystics. Additionally, there are several Washington players that are out as well. So Shakira Austin will be out due to a leg injury to her right leg. We already knew that Georgia Amore will be out due to her knee issue. If you're not aware, Georgia Amore actually injured her ACL in her knee on the third day of practice. So she is out for the season. Estimated return date definitely is not May the 1st. Definitely not. Leah Edwards, she has a lower back contusion, and she will be reevaluated in 2 weeks. So we'll see where we go from here. But it's time to get to this game. I know, are y'all ready? I know I'm ready. Let's get to this game. So in the chat, let us know who you expect to win this game. Do you think Washington is going to take it? Or do you think Indy is going to take it? Of course, I want my Washington Mystics to win. But due to injuries and key players not being available, I don't think that we're gonna get that victory today. But we have a lot of players that are trying to get their get roster spots. But yeah, we'll see here. All right, so the game has already kicked off. And Indy has scored 3 points. And Washington has gotten a bucket. So it's looking close as of this moment. We'll see what occurs from here. We'll see what happens. Okay, so DeWanna Bonner is not playing. Okay, nobody's playing today, which I don't blame them. Nobody needs to get hurt in the preseason game. This is a good game to evaluate talent and go from there. All right, so Emily Anxler is starting along with Stephanie Dawson, Brittany Sykes, and Sugg Sutton is starting for the Washington Mystics. On the Indiana Fever side, okay, so DeWanna Bonner is playing. Natasha Howard starting. Leah Boston, Sydney Colson, and Kelsey Mitchell. So, yeah, Indiana should dog us today. But it's still to be seen. It's still to be seen. Okay. All right, so Dawson. Okay. That's the one thing about Emily Inksler that I like. She is not afraid of contact. She is a versatile forward. So it's amazing to see what she can do this particular season because she is currently on a training camp contract. And, we'll see if she's able to make a dent into this particular lineup, into this particular team. I project that she will be coming off of the bench and help leading that second unit. But, we'll see. We'll see. Okay, so we got the rook in the game, and that will be Sonia Citron. So let's see what Sonia does. So she came off the bench. She is our top pick for this particular season. And it's great to see her in action. Okay. So it looks like Indiana is going to be a tough team this season to play against. And this is without Caitlin Clark. Okay. Emily Inksler with a great block. So, she can push the rock, she can shoot the ball, and she can facilitate. And she plays good defense. So that is great. That is a great sign for our team. So I do expect her to make our roster going forward. It's just a matter of what role she'll play and how much she'll play. But she is a great utility player. Okay. It's a lot of blocks right now. I can tell you this. This is Okay, so I think that these two teams they're trying to work themselves into things here. But yeah, let's see. Okay, so Kelsey Mitchell shoots a 3, didn't hit it. Okay, this is a whole lot of. Okay, Sonia Citron kicks it to Dawson for the 3. Okay. Big Mama hitting buckets. But I like that from Sonia Citron. Sonia Citron took the ball on the wing and took it to the rack with patience and was able to kick it all the way outside so Stephanie Dawson can get a 3-pointer. So, yeah, let's see. Inkster might have 10 rebounds by halftime because she is getting it done on the boards right now. Okay. Sonya Citron is okay. I like that high low. Bonner had to foul Stephanie Dawson because that was like a mouse in the house at that point. So Stephanie Dawson, Big Mama had a mouse in the house with Bonner. She had to foul her. It prevented a free throw from occurring. I'm sorry, a layup from occurring. So that sends Stephanie Dawson to the free throw line. Yeah, let's see here. So I am surprised that the Mystics are out to a 10-5 lead over the Fever with 5 minutes and 58 seconds to go in the first quarter. I expected this to be the opposite. So I am excited to see that the team is playing together. They're getting these plays together. They're coming together as a team. So yeah. Let's see here. So Aaliyah Boston leads Indiana Fever with 3 points. She also has 3 rebounds. And I want to see Sonya Citron pull a 3. She has had open looks, but she's swinging the ball. She's making sure we're running on offense. But if you got an open 3, you got to take that. You got to push that. So the Mystics looking like a good defensive squad right now. Oh, wow. Okay. So Kiki is in the game. Our other top rookie. And I like this. I like that they're playing with they're playing great defense. Great defense. And then they're pushing the rock. They're not waiting on anybody. They're running and gunning. I like this. I just wish that Georgia Moore was not hurt and she had the ability to play. I think that she would have been a catalyst right now because with the way that they're pushing the rock with a steady point guard first type of player, I think she could have been something amazing. Something amazing. But again, she is injured. She is out for the year with an ACL injury. So yeah, so we'll see what this turns into. So in the chat, who do you think is going to win? Who do you think is going to win this game? Okay. Got people running into each other. Jay Melbourne and Cunningham. Okay. So we're now on commercial break. And we will see what happens from here. So at this point, since we're at our first TV timeout, I believe that we're going to actually, I think that we're going to, I think that we're going to actually start to run some offense at this point. We're going to see what our offensive sets look like. We're going to see what our major focuses are. And yeah, let's go from there. Let's see what's happening. All right. Okay, so from the Washington Mystics, I'm looking for. I want to see what Zay Green brings to the table. Lucy Austin is currently checked into the game, so we're going to see what she does. We're going to see if she's actually be running a point or if she'll be running a 2. So yeah, this is going to be interesting going forward. All right. So we're just waiting for the game to come back in action. So let's see here. So the Washington Mystics are currently up 12 points, and the Fever have 5 points. And again, the Mystics are without several key players. And is this a sign of, if you don't have Caitlin Clark on the team, how will they be really facilitating? You know, how is Indiana's offense going to really be orchestrated at this point? Yeah. All right. So Sugg Sutton is running the point, and they're running, looks like a weave offense. Yep. So, yep, I definitely see that this game, they're going to slow it down. They're going to slow down the pace. They're going to run some offense. They're going to make sure they got sets. They're going to check things out. And we're going to see how effective our offense is. We're going to see if we need to be a run and gun team all the time, or if it's one of those things where we need to be like, hey, let's pull it back here. Okay. So Ashton Purcell is showing that she has a lot of heart right now. She went in for a rebound in between 2 Indiana Fever players, and she didn't want to be denied. So she ended up taking the ball, and it became a jump ball. So it looks like she should get this tip without, okay, she tipped it all the way out of bounds. Not to a particular person. She was playing volleyball. Okay, let's see what happens. Let's see where we go from here. Let's see where we go from here. Okay, so Lucy Austin is definitely a fan favorite, especially for Iowa fans, because she took over after Caitlin Clark departed for the WNBA, and she really showed her thing. Okay, so that's the one thing about Lucy Austin's game. Her mid-range jumper and her ability to get to her jump shot is very efficient. So she's a 5'10" guard out of Iowa, and she's tough, but she's a scorer. She's able to score. She's able to put a move on somebody and put somebody in a trick bag, and they have to decide what they're going to do. So it's good to see that Lucy Austin is being effective, because that's one thing that Coach Sydney Johnson did. He challenged her to actually to improve her mid-range jumper, to make it more consistent. She's able to get to her spots, but she got to hit that shot with more frequency. But I think she's more of a gamer than a practicer, probably, because what I just saw, that's exactly what we needed to see from Lucy Austin. Nice. So Kiki is at the free throw line. We'll see how she does. I expect her to get a lot of minutes today since Aaliyah Edwards is out today, and also Shakira Austin is out. We expect to see a lot from Kiki today. Now it's just a matter of what we see. All right. All right. So let's see here. All right. So Cunningham takes it to the rack. Okay, we got to slow down. We got to slow down. Okay, so Melbourne is taking the point guard duties as of this moment, and we're running offense. Okay, we gotta settle down. We're moving a little bit too fast. Okay, what you gonna do, Kiki? What you gonna do? Okay, Kiki turns the ball over. Kiki throws the ball out of bounds. Okay, rookie mistake. We got to settle down. We got to settle down. Okay, running the offense. Hopefully, this is not going to be our Achilles heel to this season. Hopefully, this is just one of those things where we're just a little out of sorts here, to say the least. Okay, so Stephanie Dawson, it's a 3. Oh, wow. Okay. Backdoor cut by Indiana. We weren't playing any defense right there. Okay. Let's see here. Good. Okay. Sonya Citron shoots a 3. Came up a little short, but that's basketball intelligence kicked in. She didn't stay at the 3-point line. She cut to the basket. She got hit with the backdoor pass, and then she did the up and under. Looking good. Okay, looking good. I was not expecting that. So she took it up on one side of the rim and took it on the other side and threw it up, and yeah, that was nice. Okay, she put that English on it. All right. So Bonner is now at the free throw line, and it's interesting to see how Bonner does this season. She was formerly in Connecticut with the Sun, and she is, from my understanding, the last time I know, she was in a relationship with Alyssa Thomas, her former teammate. So they have switched teams. So we'll see if there are any production issues, but I don't foresee that. I think that DeWanna Bonner will be an all-star this year. They have it, and they're going to definitely be competing for a championship. All right, so Brittany Sykes has the ball. Okay, they are literally throwing the ball to the fans. This is like the third or fourth time the Washington Mystics are throwing the ball to the fans. What is going on? To say the least. Yeah, let's see here. Okay, so besides Brittany Sykes throwing the ball to the fans, she lost her shoe at the very same time. Okay. This game is something else, to say the least. All right. Let's see. This a little bit better. Play by play. Okay, so the Mystics are rebound. They are killing the Fever on the rebounds. Sugg Sutton is pushing the ball. She's making good decisions. She's putting pressure on the defense. And I definitely projected and saw that will be one of her key functions and roles going into the season. is to facilitate that point guard role, especially because she um has experience in the league. So it's key to have someone that has experience playing that point guard role. It's different if you have somebody coming in like a Georgia Moore and has natural point guard ability, off the rip. So I am very excited to see what comes from this. Okay. So Indiana is messing up a little bit too. All right, 29 seconds left in the quarter. As we all know, the video feed is probably a little bit behind compared to what we see over here. But let's see here. All right. So the end of the first quarter, I did not expect to see this. I should have put a bet in. The Washington Mystics are currently up 24-13. Again, key players are out. We are on the Mystic side, Aaliyah Edwards. We are without Shakira Austin. We are without Georgia Moore. And on the Fever side, they are without their star player, Caitlin Clark. I know a lot of people were looking forward to seeing Caitlin Clark play today, but she is out of action for today. All right. Let's see here. So let's talk about the stats. Let's see what each player is doing right now since we are on commercial break from the first quarter. Okay, so leading scorer for the Washington Mystics will be Brittany Sykes and Stephanie Dawson. They both have 5 points. Sonia Citron has 4 points. She's shooting 2 of 3 from the field. She has 2 assists. I like that. So if she keeps up this pace, that's looking like 16 points today. We'll see. We'll see what this turns into. That would be a great start if that's the case. All right. So Stephanie Dawson has 2 rebounds. And off the bench, Kiki Irvin has 4 points. And those came from free throws. I believe that's the case. All right. So let's talk about Indiana Fever. Indiana Fever, they only have 13 points, so their scoring is a little lower than expected. And Aaliyah Boston has 3 points and with 4 rebounds. Natasha Howard has 2 points, and DeWanna Bonner has 2 points. Off their bench, Sophie Cunningham has 4 points. So I expected a whole lot more, but we'll see if this changes in the second quarter. So the second quarter is almost set to begin, and that is we'll have a 10-minute quarter. Okay, team stats here. Team stats. Okay, so with the team stats, we are really shooting the ball very well. 9 of 18%, so we're at 50% shooting for this game, or actually the first quarter, while the Mystics have actually been D'ing up Indiana, and they currently have a 27% field goal percentage from the field. They're shooting 5 of 18. And if you're shooting like that, it's going to be a tough night for any team. All right, so nice little curl. Brittany Sykes shoots the jumper from the mid-range, and she did not get it. All right. Sophie Cunningham shoots the 3 with ease. Okay. Okay, so that is going to be a great addition. DeWanna Bonner is known typically for her offensive game because she can get a bucket at any time. She can really score the basketball. But the one addition that people might not have been focusing in on with the DeWanna Bonner, she has very long arms. So she can get, when you think you're open or you think a player is open, they might not really be open. She might mess around and be a top player when it comes to steals this particular season, because with this particular type of defense, she's going to cause a lot of problems, especially at this playing the small forwards, or if you have a driving guard that's jumping in, trying to make something happen. Those long arms can become a problem. All right. So let's see here. Come on, Slim. Come on, Slim. All right, so Slim had a wide open layup, but couldn't control the ball. And we have to, if we're going to run and gun, we have to be able to take advantage of those opportunities. We do, without a doubt. Because if this was during the regular season, though every one of those plays count, they can become a problem for us. I don't foresee us having a whole lot of victory. See, DeWanna Bonner is going to be a problem during the press. This is something totally like DeWanna Bonner just almost ripped Melbourne at half court. If she is the center of their press, oh my goodness, they can be a problem for teams. And last year, Indiana's defense was not really a problem for teams. So by adding Natasha Howard with toughness and defense, and then you add DeWanna Bonner with long limbs and the want to play defense, they might be a problem. They might be a problem. And then Aaliyah Boston, she doesn't have to really take on that defensive assignment playing some of these taller players in the league all the entire game. So DeWanna Bonner can switch off and play a center and give them a different look like the top centers in the league. So this is going to be interesting to see. Okay, so DeWanna Bonner. Okay. Good step through. Brittany Sykes put a step through. She took it into the lane, pivoted, took a step through, threw it off the glass. Okay, we are rebounding the ball. Yeah, hopefully this translates to the entire season. Okay. Emily Inksler. Okay. Emily Inksler gets the ball at the top of the key, pump fakes, takes it to the rack. Now she's going to the free throw line for the and one. Good stuff, Emily. I like Emily's game. I like it. All right. So Coach Sidney Johnson has these ladies looking okay. I like that he looks like a teacher. He looks like a teacher on top of a motivator. I like it. I like it a lot. I have to be honest, I wasn't 100% sold and sure on Coach Sidney Johnson from the very, very beginning. Because I didn't know anything about him. And he's actually a local product here from Maryland. And that's pretty much, he's from the Townsend area that's on the other side of Baltimore. So that's literally about 45 minutes or so from DC, right? So it's good to know that one of our hometown products came back to coach. I think that was he's looking like he's going to be a great addition. All right. So currently we on commercial break. The Mystics are up 33-18, and it's 6 minutes and 52 seconds left in the second quarter. All right. I need to try to put a bet in. But let's see here. The team is still looking about the same when it comes to the field goal percentage. The Mystics are currently shooting 54% from the field. Indiana's shooting only 28%. So that reflects in the score. Score again is 33-18. This second quarter is looking a little bit more closer in range of score. It's now 9-5 for the score in the second quarter. So if the Mystics can continue to put the pressure and continue to get these rebounds, I think that's going to be good going into halftime. But we still have 6 minutes and 52 seconds to go in the second quarter. So that's literally a lifetime. So let's see here. So 3-point percentage is not that far off from each other. The Mystics are shooting 33%. Indiana is shooting 20%. And the Mystics are winning the rebounds 15-11. I just thought that it was a little bit more than that. But, yeah, we'll see what happens here. So, ironically, unexpectedly, based on who we have out of the game, I did not expect the Mystics to be up 16 points to Indiana's 10 points on points in the paint. That was unexpected. And the largest lead thus far in this game has been 15 points by the Washington Mystics. So we'll see if that continues. This game is at the Gainbridge Fieldhouse. And let's see here. Box score. So Brittany Sykes has turned it up. She currently has 12 points on 5 of 8 shooting. And, she threw the ball out of bounds a couple times, but she has definitely picked it back up. Good stuff. All right, so now we're back into action. And let's see what's going to go on here. Okay. Got a tie up. We're going to see who wins this jump ball. So Emily Inksler is doing a jump ball against Sophie Cunningham. Okay. All right. We threw it away again. But it was tipped this time. So, yeah. I think the team, we need to get a little bit stronger in our passing. Being more intentional with our passing. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, so Suggs Sutton. Kiki has another turnover. All right, another rebound by the Mystics. Okay, Emily Inkster is pushing the rock. All right, let's see what Suggs Sutton is setting up the offense. that was one thing that I had a concern about with Kiki coming off as a rookie. Is her strength, especially against grown women. So we'll see what happens. I think it's going to be a learning process. She definitely got to get in the weight room and get a little stronger, and have her ability to fight through contact, especially at the WNBA level. But we'll see what happens. So from Indiana, Sophie Cunningham has 7 points. And so I see that we have currently in the game Morgan Jones, Ashton Michelle is in the game. So I think we're really getting a good look at some of these players here. I'm interested to see Zay Green, what she does, and also JoJo Lacey. But from at this point, I don't believe that either one have come into the game, but they're probably getting more into the game in third quarter. Okay. Natasha Howard hits the free throw. And okay. Sonya Citron is running the point, bringing the ball down the court, which I think is great. Lucy Alston just flipped that ball up there. She just threw it up there. Okay. Okay. Kiki Irfin and Lexi Hall getting into it. Something happened. Was it an elbow? What happened? Okay. Oh, Kiki Irfin WNBA, I mean WWE'd her into the ground. She's like, don't Lex. I haven't seen Lexi get this heated in my life. Lexi has always looked very like a cool type of player, but she was fired up after that one. She was like, "Hey, don't do that to me. Don't play with me like that." So Kiki, you don't gotta suplex nobody. You ain't gotta beat up nobody. So Kiki Irfan is definitely gonna get a technical foul for this. You might even get a double tap. She literally slammed her through the court. I think that was a little bit. I think Kiki is a little frustrated right now. Yeah, I think she just got a little frustrated right there. Tough play, but you are definitely getting attacked. And that's the physicality of the WNBA is great. I love it. They never call fouls. People get beat up all the time, but I have to say that was probably a technical foul. We'll see, because the refs are, they're talking it over. They're trying to see what's going to be what. But yeah, we'll see. This is okay. All right, so coaches getting all these new coaches are getting everybody together. So we got a new coach in Washington with Coach Sidney Johnson. I believe Indiana has a new coach. And let's see here. Okay, so we're going to do this. We're going to switch this over to the game cast. I think this might be a little bit better to follow and track everything. Needed to pop in. There we go. Okay, flagrant foul penalty 1 has been assessed to Kiki Arafin. So let's see if this continues on. Let's see if this continues on. All right, yeah, this is gonna be the better. This is the better look here. All right, so we currently have Sonia Citron in the game with let's see here. With Ashton Freestyle. I know I am butchering her name. Please do not hold it against me. Kiki Arafin is currently in the game, along with Lucy Olsen and Morgan Jones. On the Fever side, they have DeWanna Bonner, Natasha Howard, Kelsey Mitchell, Cunningham, and Lexi Hall. Yeah, I'm really surprised that Kelsey Mitchell isn't having a better shooting night. She is currently 0 for 6 from the field. We know that she is a microwave. She can get it cooking really fast. So she currently has 2 points off free throws. So we'll see if she's able to add to her stat line here. And yeah, let's see. Let's see. Okay. All right. So Lexi Hall's pushing it down the rack, down the floor, takes it to the rack, and does not hit it. All right. Kelsey Mitchell shoots a 3, comes up short. Comes up short. All right. So hey, we are playing great defense. The Washington Mystics are surprising me. So Sonya Citron gets a steal and is going on down the court. But she gets fouled by Lexi Hall. And yeah, I like what I'm seeing from Sonya Citron. I like it. Oh, that must have been a clear path foul because she ended up shooting a free throw. Hmm. Is that a clear path foul? Let's see. Let's see. Hmm. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Transition take foul. Cool. Uh-oh. Is Natasha Howard hurt? Did she get a catch an elbow or something? She is on the ground in pain. But I think she's going to be okay. I think she's going to be all right. Oh yeah, she definitely caught a shot in the chops. But I think she's tough. She's okay. She's all right. She's all right. All right. So Cunningham is at line. She's definitely leading Indiana in scoring right now. She hit her first free throw, and let's see, will she hit the second? She knocks down the second free throw. She knocks down the second free throw. Okay. So the bench for Indiana Fever gets, it looks like a delay of game warning. What warning was that? Yep, they get a delay of game warning. And okay, I think that was a travel. What are we doing? What is this? We are throwing. It seems like like the Washington Mystics have a sixth player on the court, and the sixth player is the Indiana Fever fans sitting courtside. Why are we throwing the ball to everybody but our teammates? We got to do better than this. We have to do way better than this. Great pass. Play. Her teammate wasn't ready for it. It was a great play. Sonya Citron should have had an assist. All right, so Indiana Fever are cutting the score, and it's now currently 34-27. In this quarter, Indiana Fever are winning this quarter. So in this particular quarter, the Fever have scored 14 points. The Mystics have scored 10 points. So they're actually coming back. They're coming alive. We'll see what we can do with that going forward. Okay, so we'll see if Brittany Sykes will be coming back. I think she probably will be checking back in this when we come back from this full timeout. And yeah, let's see what happens. Okay. So Brittany Sykes is actually doing really, really good at the two guard spot. She has a lot of anonymity, a lot of leeway to get shots up. So she's shooting great, 5 of 8 from the field. So her and Cunningham from Indiana are neck and neck with points scored throughout this game so far. So we have 3 minutes and 45 seconds left in the second quarter until we get to halftime. So for the people that are watching, are you seeing what you expected to see from your team that you're supporting? If you're an Indiana Fever fan, in the comments, let us know if your team is doing what you expected them to do. Washington Mystics fans, let us know what you think about your team. As being a Washington Mystics fan, myself, I did not expect us to be up the majority of this game. I thought it was going to be the opposite, but it's good to see that the team is coming together and they're putting their best foot forward. All right. So last season, Brittany Sykes averaged, let's see here, 12 points a game. So she's already surpassed her season average, or she's right at her season average from last year. So I expect her to get more points. I think that she might be one of the WNBA's top scorers this season. She might even be top. She might be top 5 in scoring this season because she has a lot of anonymity to shoot the ball at any point in time. Yeah, we'll see what happens. She shoots a 3 right now. She got the green light. Just check it. Just put up the shots and let's see where they fall. Okay, so Natasha Howard hits a step back or shoots a step back 3 and does not hit it. Yeah. Okay. We are getting these rebounds and pushing it. Melbourne is definitely going to be a key contributor this season. And we expect her, she probably will average about 10 points a game this season. we are getting killed with the back door. But we pushing it. We pushing it. We are not giving them a chance to set up their defense at all. We are running. I think that'll be our key to success this season, because we have athletes that can get down the floor, and we can tire some teams out. Okay. Come on now. I got to do better than okay. Even with us doing better with pushing the pace, pushing the rock, and getting the down court, we're making silly turnovers. You know, not when you're passing the ball, not putting enough power on your passes. We're not putting the ball in the right placement, putting it in the pocket so that the player can decide what they're going to do with it, and it becomes a turnover. And it's just letting the Indiana Fever back into this game. So the score is now 38-32. And yeah, we got to do better than this. So Thompson Howard hits a free throw. And okay, DeWanna Bonner. Okay. It's a lot of this game is getting testy. This game is getting real testy. So DeWanna Bonner shoots a three, and okay. This is a new Washington Mystics team. I don't know what is going on. Sidney Johnson got these youngins playing serious out here. And when I say serious, they playing rough right now. Because literally, we're gonna get another tech. We're gonna get another flagrant foul. So Brittany Sykes, okay, so let me paint the picture again. All right, so DeWanna Bonner pump fakes, gets Emily Inksler jumping in the sky, and draws a foul. At the same second, Brittany Sykes is literally pushing Cunningham all the way down the court. And I don't know why, but it's interesting to see. So I can see why DeWanna Bonner was sticking up for her teammate. But hey, I like this new rough and tough stuff from the Mystics. Good job, ladies. Keep up the good work. Keep pushing them. Keep pushing them. So we have had a slam. We've had a thuggish push. So yeah, keep fighting, people. Keep fighting. And it seems like yeah, okay. So I guess DeWanna Bonner is is playing the role of that Alicia Thomas played with Connecticut. So I guess she's gonna be kind of like an enforcer for Indiana. We'll see what that turns into. So I think that I think the refs are going to start to call a tighter game, because they don't want this game to get out of control, especially in a preseason game. The third game of the preseason, they don't want this to get out of control. So at this point, Brittany Sykes is going to be hit with a flagrant foul, and from there, I think they're going to start calling a lot of plays. They're going to start calling fouls. They're not going to let them. They're not going to let this game get out of control. It's not even halftime yet. So if the Mystics once the Mystics get the ball back, because Indiana's gonna be shooting free throws real soon. Once they get the ball back, they should just take it to the rack, so they can put the onus back on the refs. If you're gonna call a foul, we need to be benefiting from it. That's what they need to do. All right, so DeWanna Bonner hits free throw off the flagrant. Oh, I'm sorry, a technical foul has been called. And let's see here. Let's see what happens here. All right, so now, right. So on top of having the technical foul shot, DeWanna Bonner also has probably, it should have been 3 free throws because she got fouled in the act of shooting 3-point. All right. Just so you guys know, on May the 16th, which is a Friday, is the home opener for the Washington Mystics. And you might want to pull up. And guess what? There will be an after party. So you want to pull up. More information about that is coming soon. I'll probably show that to you guys at halftime. But yeah, you might want to pull up. Trust me. All right, so the Fever has cut the score to 38-35, and yeah, we'll see what happens. All right, so Brittany Sykes controls the rebound and pushes it up the court, and Milburn shoots a 3, and that did not go as planned. Okay, yeah. Turnover. Great defense. Washington Mystics. Good job, ladies. Okay. All right. So Melbourne is milking the clock. And we are going to halftime. 38-35. Going to halftime. Okay, so let's talk about what the team is doing. All right, so that's dope. Brittany Sykes and DeWanna Bonner has made up that they're okay. They're good. It was just heat of the moment. Back to business. So we're going to halftime. The score is very similar from the first quarter to the second quarter, but it just flip-flopped. So the first quarter, Washington was up 24, Indiana had 13. And on the flip side, second quarter, Indiana had 22, Mystics had 14. Very similar in score. It's just a matter of who was going to shoot more. All right. So the score is now 38-35. And let's see here. The Mystics started out shooting 50% in the first quarter. Now they're down to 44%. Indiana, even with shooting such a terrible field goal percentage of 27%, they are really back in the game. They're literally only 3 points down. And one of the key reasons for that is the Mystics are playing bully ball, and they're getting texts and flagrant fouls, and it's allowing the team to get back into the game. We're still winning the battle of rebounds, 23 rebounds to 19. But at the same token is we're starting to lead this game in turnovers. Turnovers are not good. Not good. Everybody knows that. If you lead, if you have the lead in the turnovers and also with bad field goal percentage, you're most likely going to lose the game. But with us shooting a better field goal percentage. That's the reason why we're up. But the score is so similar, it's so close right now that there's a good chance that we might not win. You know, it felt good in the first quarter, but now it seems like we're getting back to reality right now. But we'll see what occurs from here. All right. So in the chat, what do you guys think is going to end up being the final score for the game? What do you think? Let's see. I project that the score will end up ultimately being 85 to 77 Indiana Fever. And I'm a Mystics fan, but I'm a realist. I'm a realist with it. Just so everyone knows, there are key players on the injury report from both teams. So for the Indiana Fever, Caitlin Clark is out today. She's expected to return on May the 10th. I'm not sure what the reason is why she's out, but I know that a lot of people were looking forward to seeing her play, but she's injured or is on the injury report, so she won't be playing in this game. All right. For the Washington Mystics, Shakira Austin was added to the injury report today. She's expected to return on May the 7th. Georgia Amore is out indefinitely with an ACL injury, and Aaliyah Edwards hurt herself the other day, and she has a lower back contusion, so she's currently out for 2 weeks. So we'll see what happens from here. We'll see what happens from here. We were definitely looking forward to seeing Shakira Austin and Aaliyah Edwards in action today, but the basketball gods are in control. They are in control, to say the least. Okay. But yeah, this has definitely been a chippy game between Sophie Cunningham and the Washington Mystics. She has been body slammed. She has been pushed all the way to the other end of the court by players. So we are playing really tough basketball right now. We are playing rough basketball right now. So we'll see what this transpires into or what this happens. All right. So for this being a rebound or a rebuild year, along with being a retooling year, we have a lot of young players. I wish we would get a handle on like turnovers and things of that nature, passing, but they are doing better than I expected. So I am okay with the product for the very first game as of this point right now. I am definitely okay with it. Of course, we expect the team to get better. We expect the team to play better, but it's just one of those things. This is a rebuild, and they are definitely, you know, it's just one of those things. It's growing pains here. That's all. All right. All right. So again, we thank you for tuning into the Fanwire podcast with your host Delano, as we are giving the live reaction to the Washington Mystics matchup against the Indiana Fever. We're currently at halftime, and this game started out. It looked like Washington was going to get the best of the Mystics, but Indiana has settled down and they're pulling it together. But we'll see what this third quarter brings as we go forward. So during this first half, Brittany Sykes is leading all players with 14 points. She's shooting a good percentage, 6 of 10 from the field. On the Indiana side, Sophie Cunningham is shooting 12, or she has 12 points and shooting 4 for 6 from the field, 3 or 4 from the free throw line. Stephanie Dawson has 5 rebounds, and Natasha Howard has 6. And with having 14 points, Brittany Sykes, Slim has 2 assists. And this is all in 11 minutes playing time. So she is definitely going to be the go-to for the Washington Mystics this season. Okay. Okay, so Sonia Citron is leading, is the second leading scorer for the team with 11 points. So she's leading our rookies for today with 11 points. She is doing really good. So if she keeps this up, she's going to be a problem. She's going to be a problem. But she looks like she will be a key contributor going forward. She's got to get reacclimated a little bit. So with Sonia Citron having hold on here. You got 11 points? She got 11 points? Let's see here. No, I stand corrected. She's played 11 minutes. She has 5 points. I stand corrected. But even still, 5 points. She ends up with, like, let's say she ends up with 10 or 12 points and about 4 rebounds, 4 assists. I think that's a good day at the office for the first day. I really do. I really, really, really do. I do want to see her hit some 3-pointers. But it's just one of those things. We'll see how things go as they go, you know? All right, so let's do this. Let's talk about what's going on May the 16th at the home opener. All right, so we are we are having a after party for the Washington Mystics and Atlanta Dream game. Coined the Rooftop Rebound DC. So it starts at 10 p.m. It's directly after the game. It's after the home opener. It will be at the Cambria Hotel on the rooftop. So trust me, you want to pull up. You want to pull up. And it's going to be DJ Dukes will be live playing all of the hot music. It's going to be a dope occasion. It's a 21 and up event. It's hosted by Michael Rich Memorial Scholarship Foundation. So all of the proceeds from this event will be going to a scholarship foundation. And there will be a live podcast with your host, Delano of the Fan Wire Podcast, and Coach C. So get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready. Trust me, you want to pull up. You want to pull up. You want to pull up. And the location of the after party is literally 10 minutes from, if that, depending on traffic, 10 minutes from the Care First Arena. So yeah, we'll see here. We'll see what's going to be popping. So we're going to be talking the talk. We're going to be discussing our live reaction or our reaction to the home opener and what our respective teams do in that game. All right. So some key information about the Washington Mystics. We're averaging the youngest team. We have the youngest team in the WNBA. We're averaging 25.3 years of age, right? An experience level, second least in the WNBA, with just over 2 years experience, right? Got 9 rookies. We are a young team. This is a rebuild team. We are retooling for the future. So seeing what Sonia Citron is able to do, seeing what Kiki is doing, because Kiki has 4 points, 4 rebounds. It's good to see, the direction of the team. We wish Georgia Moore was able to be a part of this at this present moment, but she hurt that knee. You can't do nothing without that ACL. So, going forward, we definitely want to see what's going forward, right? With Georgia Moore. But, it just comes with the territory. The basketball guy speaks sometimes. So, it is what it is. All right, so we're about to kick back into the third quarter here. And we'll see who wins this quarter. I got a feeling Indiana's going to settle in and they're going to get this quarter again. I think Kelsey Mitchell is probably going to really get cooking in this third quarter. She had enough time to settle down in the second half. And she's probably going to have about 7 points this quarter, I think. But we'll see. All right, so we're running the offense. Stephanie Austin has the ball. Great cut. But Sonia Citron got fouled. She's going to the free throw line, but that was a great cut. Great cut. Well, actually, it looked like that was all ball by Kelsey Mitchell. She got beat up by Natasha Howard, but the foul was called on Kelsey Mitchell. And that looked like it was all ball. Okay. So Sonia Citron is shooting from the free throw line. Good stuff. Right. Suggs Sutton is getting some coaching on the sideline, some teaching. So we'll see. Let's see. Okay. Pick and roll. Pick and. Okay. All right. So Natasha Howard shoots the ball, misses, gets her own rebound, and puts it right back up for 2. Okay, so Indiana looks like they want to rebound now. Suggs Sutton is pushing it. Oh, great decision. $2 finish. Okay, so Sonya Citron gets the ball behind the 3-point line and literally had a wide open shot, but she had a great decision to pass the ball to somebody closer, and they missed it. So maybe Sonya Citron needs to be a little more selfish in that particular type of situation. Maybe she just needs to shoot the ball. But I like the thought process behind it. I really do like the thought process. Yeah, you gotta let that thing rock. You should have 10 points right now. Make them respect your jump shot. Okay. Running offense, pick and roll. The 2-player actions. All right, so Kelsey Mitchell got a little caught up, and she ends up getting a foul called on her. Okay. There's a lot of dancing with the ball, so there's a lot of playing with the ball. If you go be dancing, you got to be going north or south. East and west ain't the move. Okay, great decision. Okay, let's see here. So Sonya Citron is our top pick in the 2025 WNBA draft. She's out of Notre Dame University. She's known for her 3-point shooting, high basketball IQ. And there we go. Sonya Citron. She decided to shoot 3, and it was Splash Mountain. All right. I like it. That corner 3. Great 3. 10 points. She just need to let it fly. Whenever she get it, don't think about it. Chuck it. Let it fly. Yeah. I didn't. Okay. Oh, come on. You got to let Sonya get that one. So they switched Sonya to check DeWanna Bonner. So Sonya Citron is 6'2", right? DeWanna Bonner is probably 6'5", 6'6". No, 6'4". So that's interesting. I want to see how she does with that matchup. Because it's definitely a height difference there. But Sonya Citron is very active on D, right? So let's see if she gives DeWanna Bonner some problems. Because if she, okay, I'll be honest. I knew Sonya Citron was a very good defensive player on the college level. But to see her on the WNBA level, I wasn't 100% sold that she was going to get out there and crush it when it comes to defense. But with her basketball IQ, she's doing really well today. So let's see how this goes from here. Let's see what happens. All right, so Sonya Citron is taking a seat. And let's see what happens. Okay. Okay, so Milburn is in the game. Lucy Austin's in the game. Good pass. 2-cent finish. Good grief. We got to make these layups. So Lucy Austin gave a great entry pass to but Purcell, I got to learn her name. She ends up blowing the layup. Great position. She had it. She got to get those. If you're not making layups as a training camp contract player, you're not going to make this team. You're not. All right, Kiki turns it over again. Kiki got to do better than this. Okay. Lucy Austin had it was a great layup. And okay, so Kiki Irvin gets another foul on herself. Yeah, strength. She has to get in the weight room. They were saying that they were expecting. There were reports that were expecting Kiki to play small forward. I'm thinking that might need to be the case. She might need to play small forward because she's just not strong enough at this moment. She's battling with much bigger players, and they're overpowering her. So Aaliyah Boston, she has to do too much to compete with these stronger players. But over time, I think that will correct itself with time and work. And I believe that Kiki's going to put in the work. She's going to get stronger, no problems. But as of right now, she is definitely having a tough time with bigger players. All right. So the Mystics call a full timeout. So we're on a TV break at this point. And yeah. So Cunningham is still leading Indiana with 12 points. Tasha Howard has 11 points with 8 rebounds. So she's definitely going to get that double today. So look for Natasha Howard to probably average a double this season. And if you're a betting person, it's probably a shoe-in, right? And they're doing all of this without their steady point guard of Caitlin Clark. So our team, the Washington Mystics, we need to figure out our point guard situation. So we might need to bring in another point guard because we definitely need somebody that can push that rock. But we'll see what happens from here. Okay, so currently Kiki Irfin has 4 personal fouls. So she's on her way to be fouling out. And she also has 4 turnovers. So yeah, we need to see her improve that a great deal. Okay. Let's see here. So Brittany Sykes has 16 points. Sonia Citron now has 12 points. And okay, so they did score the bucket. Okay, no bucket. Okay, I stand corrected again. No bucket. The Washington Mystics attempted a challenge and they were unsuccessful. Okay, so Stephanie Dawson. Okay, so Sugg Sutton is currently on the floor with Kiki Irfin, Lucy Austin, Melbourne, and Prosciutto. I didn't say her name 5 different ways tonight. But today, let's see what happens. Let's see if I get it before the end of the game. Okay. So on the court for the Indiana Fever, you have Natasha Howard, Aaliyah Boston, Kelsey Mitchell, Sophie Cunningham, and Lexi Hall. Okay, for the Indiana Fever, I was looking forward to seeing Michaela Timpson out of Florida State get some action today. But the rookie has not entered the game at this point. And it would be great to see Bree Hall get some action too out of South Carolina. But, might be a fourth quarter type of deal. Ooh, nice shot by Kelsey. When Kelsey Mitchell get hot, she could become a problem for any defense. Any defense. So Kelsey Mitchell now has, how many points does Kelsey have? Kelsey Mitchell has 7 points right now. So she's hit 2 shots since in the third quarter. So yeah, I project that she will have 7 points this quarter. I'm on it. But it's 4 minutes to go. So she probably will get some more. But we'll see. Kiki Irvin hits or shoots a shot from the elbow, and it does not go in. All back rim. Okay. Indiana shoots a 3, Lexi Hall. So it's now a 1-point game, 48-47. And I would honestly say that for the Washington Mystics, winning this game is not a priority. The priority is to see what we have and how they do in various situations. We want to see what our team does. We want to see if our team can run the offense effectively. We want to see if what we do in pressure and critical situations. Like this is good right here, right now, because we're losing the lead. We want to see how we react in the situation. We want to see if we fall to the pressure, right? But I will say this though, we have our rookie squad on the floor right now, and they're playing against the starters for Indiana. So I expect that this is pretty much the case right now. Oh, tough foul. Oh, they call it an offensive foul? What in the world? Did she Oh, okay. I get it. Okay, so Mel Burns is on the fast break and takes the ball to the rack, but she didn't necessarily, people lead with their arm to try to shield someone, but she actually grabbed DeWanna Bonner's shoulder and like pushed herself up a little bit, but that didn't work, and she actually get an offensive foul. Lexi Hall and Brittany Sykes get a little tangled up, and Brittany Sykes is grabbing her shin. If anybody has had somebody kick their shin or you bump your shin, you know how that feels. It is not a pleasant feeling whatsoever. Okay. DeWanna Bonner takes it strong to the rack. Try to bulldoze, and she didn't get the bucket, but she did draw a foul. So they're going to the free throw line. All right, so DeWanna Bonner is definitely a good free throw shooter. Last season, she shot. What did she shoot last season? She shot 83% from the free throw line. So she's fairly automatic. So now the score is currently tied at 48-48 off the free throw. And actually, Indiana is up. But let's see what happens. Okay, good swing. Emily Inkster with a 3. Good reverse. Good reverse swing to Emily Inkster. Okay. They playing tough. Aaliyah Boston and Big Mama. And Big Mama Stephanie Dawson. They get a little tangled up. They call an offensive foul on Aaliyah Boston. Yeah, they playing rough today. They is not taking any prisoners. Okay. So Brittany Sykes just pulls from the 3. Nah, that didn't work. Brittany Sykes uses it again. Didn't work. All right, so we got to get our rebounds back because I'm pretty sure that Indiana is now leading team-wise in rebound. Good closeout. Good closeout by Sonia Citron. She was chasing Lexi. I think that was Lexi Hall. Or it could have been Cunningham. But anyway, she was wide open, but Sonia Citron was able to get the ball or close out. And yeah, Sonia Citron is playing great defense. She's gonna be tired. She's gonna want a nap after this game because she is playing defense. She is getting it done. I am definitely happy with her ability to play defense. Mm-hmm. All right. So now the score is tied up at 51 points. 52 seconds left in the third quarter. Brittany Sykes currently has 16 points for the Washington Mystics. Sonia Citron has 12 points, second leading scorer. And Emily Inkster has 7 points as the third leading scorer. Rebound wise, Stephanie Dawson is leading with 8 rebounds. Inkster has 6 rebounds. Yeah. I am really happy with Sonia Citron's game right now. Really happy with that. All right, Indiana Fever. On the flip side, Sophie Cunningham, 14 points, 5 rebounds. She has been the tone setter for the Indiana Fever. And Natasha Howard has 11 points, 8 rebounds. She's well on her way to get her double-double. And let's see here. All right, so team stats. All right, so the Washington Mystics started off red hot with shooting 50% from the field. They have dropped down to 39%. Indiana Fever has increased their shooting percentage to 31%. And they are neck and neck with 3-point percentage at 26%. We have to shoot better free throws. We are 8 of 11, so that's 72% from the field, while Indiana is 15 for 16, 93%. Those are just easy money shots. Those are easy monies. That should have been, we should be up at least another 2-3 points just off missed free throws. We are leading with turnovers, 18 turnovers to Indiana's 11, and paints in the point. We were killing the paints in the point at first. 24-22 is now with the paints in the points. We're only leading by 2 points with paint in the points. Points in the paint. But yeah. Okay, so there's a coaching challenge at the moment. We'll see what happens from here. Also, they're changing it to an offensive foul. So Sonya Citron gets an offensive foul for that? What did she do? I don't see what she did. Yeah, we'll see. Okay, so miscue by Indiana. So Washington gets a steal. We're bringing it back down the court. All right. And we're setting up the pick and roll. Swing it to Brittany Sykes. Missed 3-pointer. Okay. All right. We're approaching the end of the third quarter. Indiana won the quarter again. They won the quarter again. 19 points to 13 points. So if we continue down this trajectory, we probably will lose by about 10 to 11, maybe 13 points if we continue to go down this trajectory. Hopefully in the fourth quarter, we get to see some more of these rookies and players that are on training camp contracts so that they can get a good evaluation based on game time situations instead of just practice. So we were looking to see Zay Green get an opportunity to play along with from the Washington Mystics. We're also looking for, let's see who to get in the game. We want to see JoJo Lacey get in the game, right? From Indiana, I definitely want to see Michaela Timpson and Bree Hall get some action. Definitely want to see them get some action. But we'll see what happens here. All right. So while we're waiting for the action to get back going, on May the 16th, it's a Friday, the Washington Mystics have a home opener against the Atlanta Dream. And we're doing an after party with DJ Mike Live. Wow, we're doing a live podcast as well. That's the Fan Wire Podcast and Coach C at the Cambria Hotel. And that's literally 10 minutes away from Care First Arena, where the Washington Mystics will be playing. This is hosted by Michael Rich Memorial Scholarship Foundation. This is a 21 and up event. And the proceeds from this event will be going to the Scholarship Foundation. All right. So somebody will be benefiting with a scholarship from these events. All right. So pull up. Let's have a good time. All right. So now let's get back to the information about this game. All right. So the Washington Mystics are definitely playing a lot better than I expected. I thought that the Washington Mystics would be having a difficult time today, but they started out super hot. But Indiana is settling in, and them just having the better players on paper, they're starting to show that they are a better team. But we'll still have to see what the tape says going forward. For Sonya Citron, the number 3 pick in the WNBA 2025 draft, she is definitely doing her thing today. 12 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. She's doing her thing. And she didn't start. She came off the bench doing that. So I'm extremely excited to see her production today. Okay, so let's see here. So Indiana is taking it in the second quarter. I'm sorry, the fourth quarter. And that was a great little pass there from DeWanna Bonner, but it just didn't go in. From the pass from Kelsey Mitchell. I'm sorry, the pass that went to Kelsey Mitchell. It looked like a little alley-oop layup, but it didn't go. It wasn't successful. Big Mama down low, sealed 3 defenders from Indiana and was able to put it up on the glass and get a good layup. Good stuff. Good stuff. Okay. Ooh. DeWanna Bonner gets called with an offensive foul. She must have flung her hands and smacked Melbourne in the face or something. But it didn't look quite like that should have been the right call, but the ref saw something. Don't know what he saw. Who knows? If we get an instant replay, we'll be able to see it a little bit better, but we don't know. All right. So Sugg Sutton is definitely our starting point guard. She's taking it to her defender, and that did not equal a bucket. So the 6'4" DeWanna Bonner gets the rebound and is pushing it back with the rock. And she passes it to Kelsey Mitchell, and that did not produce a score. She is not having a great shooting night tonight. Kelsey Mitchell is 2 of 14. But she's their lightning rod. She is one of the Indiana Fever's go-to shooters. So she's got to keep shooting. She just got to keep shooting. Sophie Cunningham hits a 3, 17 points. So she is a great pickup. She was formerly with Phoenix, and she was definitely one of their tone setters. So it was dope. It's good to see that she made it to another team, and she's definitely producing. So she's definitely look for her to have a good season this season. Okay, so Big Mama is going to the free throw line. Okay, so they are trying out DeWanna Bonner as the point forward to initiate the offense. Okay, great pass. Great pass. Fast break pass. Great fast break pass. All right. So we are back up 60-57. Indiana had to call a timeout. Good stuff. Good stuff. Keep pushing it. Emily Inksler now has 9 points. She got 2 points off of the fast break. Good stuff. Push the rock. Push the rock. All right. So the Indiana Fever and the Washington Mystics will have 4 games of action this season. So they play again on May the 28th, so the end of the month. And then the Mystics they have another matchup on June the 3rd, then August the 15th, and to, I believe, to close out the season on September the 7th. So we'll see with this, if these games are going to be close going forward. We'll see if they're not. But the Fever calls a full timeout. They definitely had some issues here. They definitely is getting pushed a little bit harder than they expected by the Mystics. But for a Mystics fan, that's great to see. But we just have to see if that can translate to the upcoming season. And looking back at the different games from last season between the Indiana Fever and the Washington Mystics, those were actually very close games, except for the last game. But we'll talk about that later. So our team looks definitely different. We're without Ariel Atkins and a few other players. And then, of course, Indiana has retooled. They have totally strengthened their lineup. So we'll see once all of our players are active if these scores will be similar going forward. But the last game of the season, we kind of, I want to say, you could say we kind of took it to Indiana, but they pulled Caitlin Clark out early. They pulled the starters out. So it wasn't your typical game, right? They was ready to go to the playoffs. They didn't want to risk any injuries or anything like that. So that game was just a shoe-in for us, right? But we'll see how it goes. But the home opener again is May the 14th at 7:30 against the Atlanta Dream. And that's going to be at the Care First Arena. And don't forget, we have an after party that's directly after. So you want to pull up. You want to pull up. Get to the game. Get to the after party. It's a Friday night. Where else would you want to be? Pull up. Celebrate with us. Because we're going to get a victory. Well, I hope we get a victory on opening night. But I really think that this is going to be a long season, to be honest. I don't think we're going to win many games. And I'm kind of happy that we won't win many games because that sets us up for another high draft pick this in 2026. That's going to be a good draft class. And, you never know. We might even have a really good pick in 27. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens because that's the big draft there. You got Juju coming out. You got Michaela. You got a bunch of players coming out. So we'll see what that transpires into or translates to. All right. So Kiki, the rookies are coming back in. Kiki is coming back in. Sonia Citron is coming back in. Let's see if Kiki is going to pick up her production here. Okay, so Indiana now has the ball. I'm sorry, Washington has the ball. And let's see what happens. Okay. Moving screen by Stephanie Dawson. Suggs Sutton has to be a little bit more patient when initiating that screen, or when a player is trying to set up a screen for her, so that she can move and make a decision. But if she moves too early, that is almost a surefire way to get your screener a foul. But gotta come with time. Gotta come with time. Stephanie Dawson is really, really, really giving Aaliyah Boston a tough time. But even with a tough time, Aaliyah Boston is like, hey, I can get a bucket. So she ends up with a layup. And let's see what else happens. Okay. Okay. Good offense, good swing, good swing, good swing. Let's produce a bucket. Good play. I like it. I like that play. I like that play. Tony Citron with another 3-pointer. Good job. I like that. Tony Citron now has 15 points. He might end up with a good 20 burger. Oh my goodness. Let's see what happens. Okay, Suggs Sutton is doing too much dribbling. She dribbled into trouble, and she now has a turnover. All right. So let's see here. All right. Good actions from Indiana. Leah Boston. She made a great move, got into the paint, and missed the bunny. She should have had that. She's not having a great shooting night tonight. She's 3 of 7. Because she's missing some bunnies. Okay. We need a point guard. We just need somebody that can just effectively bring the ball up the court. Jay Melbourne aggressively takes the ball to the rack and ends up with a foul on her defender. Come on, let's get these 2 free throws. Jay Melbourne to the line to shoot 2 free throws. Score is now 63-61. And we have 5 minutes left. 5 minutes and 14 seconds left in this game. Okay. Melbourne hits the free throw. And let's go from here. Melbourne hits the second. No, she misses it. Okay. Lexi Hall brings up the ball, initiates the offense. Kelsey Mitchell would have normally pulled that shot, but since she is having such a bad shooting night, she is passing the ball. All right. So she worked her way, gives the ball away, gets it back, goes to the rack, gets 2 points. That might be what she needs to get going, but we'll see. All right. So Kiki is going one-on-one on Aaliyah Boston, and she shot a shot that a little bit more difficult than what it should have been, and misses the shot. But Sonya Citron is playing great defense. She is, oh my goodness. She is getting it done. She's getting it done. She is not allowing her players to do anything. She is a pest. And that is great to have that type of player on your team. Sonya Citron gets a steal. So she probably has, about 2 or 3 steals now? Let's see. What does she have? Okay, so Sonya Citron has 2 steals. Okay. Harry Irfan is in the post. Good step through. 2 points. Draws a foul. Okay, I like that. So against smaller players, she can get it done. Or similar. Yeah, smaller players, she can be a problem. But she has to figure out how to play against bigger players. Because during her time in college, watching her USC games against when they played bigger players, I did notice that she ran into issues with bigger players. She didn't necessarily have the strength to bully them, right? Or to overpower them. So we'll see how that translates going forward. She definitely got to get in the weight room. She got to get stronger. Okay, so the Fever calls a timeout. I believe the Fever called a timeout. Let me make sure that's right. Let's make sure that's right. Yes. Indiana Fever calls a timeout. Hopefully around, let's say around 1 minute, 30 seconds, 2 minutes, we're able to see more of these rookies get on the floor. If we don't see them on the floor, expect for them to be getting cut. I'm gonna be real and be honest with you. I wanted to see what Zay Green is able to do, but if she's not able to get on the floor, there is a strong possibility that she might be getting cut. Because we've had other players get on the floor that were training camp contract players that were added to the team that pretty much were camp bodies, training camp bodies, and they've been in action. They've been in the game. So we'll see if Zay Green is able to get onto the floor. This is a close game. I'm sure that we want to try to win, but we'll see what that and how that translates. Oh, actually, Zay Green has been checked into the game. Yeah, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. On the flip side, on Indiana, I definitely want to see their other rookies get into the game as well. Michaela Timpson and actually, I think Michaela has been checked into the game too. So let's see what these players do. Let's see what they do. I want to see Bree Hall get some action. But let's see. All right. So we're about to come back to the action. We have. Yep. We're everybody's checking in. Everybody's checking in. It's the all rookie and training camp lineup for the Washington Mystics. Okay, Kiki Irfan gets a free throw. Now, let's see what Indiana does. Okay, I expect against this lineup, I expect that Indiana scores more points because they still have their starters in. But a timeout was called by the Mystics. So we'll see if Indiana pulls their starters, because this is the time that you should probably pull starters out because you know what they're going to do. You know who they are. Pull your starters out, get some other players some running some burn, because this is when your players get hurt. You know, we don't want to wish injury on anybody, but these are the moments where you bring your players out. You take them out, get them ready for next time. Get them ready for the next game. Right? I want to see for Indiana, I want to see Michaela Timpson get a fast break because she can dunk. I've seen her dunk in some of the videos from that's circulating on the internet. I want to see her get out there and try to get one. I really do. I've seen videos of Kiki Irfan dunking too, but Michaela Simpson is a little bit more fluid with it. So we'll see what happens. Yeah. So we were excited to see our draft class for the Washington Mystics really see what they were going to do this season. But unfortunately, one of our top draft picks, Georgia Amore, is out for the season with an ACL injury. So let's see what happens there. Okay. The rookies are trying to get it done. But yeah, that didn't work. That didn't work. Okay, so running actions on the left side of the court. And that was an air ball. Was that Jay Brown with the air ball? Okay, so yeah, that was Jaylen Brown that missed that shot. All right, so okay. Zay Green gets the ball on the curl, goes behind her back, pulls up for the J splash. She should have been in the game earlier. Let's see her. Let's see what she does here. All right, so the score is now 69-65, 2 minutes to go. It looked like that ball went out on Timpson, but there may have been some home cooking with the Indiana Fever. And yeah, let's see what happens. Okay, what are you doing, Zay? What are you doing? Okay, so after that foul, ooh, okay. Area Finn takes a little nasty little spill there. She gets wrapped up by Lexi Hall. They were playing rough earlier. I don't know if that was get back or what. You know, her knee got folded up. I was like, we cannot have another one. Yeah. So good thing Kiki did not get injured on that play. You know, I'm sure it was not intentional. But you know, when you get wrapped up, it can look egregious. But real quick, back to Zay Green. Zay Green got the ball on an outlet, and she had a clear path to the ball to the rack. In college, she would have took that and tried to make the layup. She didn't try. I don't know what that was about. So that could be a reason why she hasn't gotten too far in the game. So JoJo Lacey makes the layup. Good job. Good hustle play. Good hustle play. Good hustle play. Good hustle play. But I really don't get what Zay Green just did. That should have been a layup, or you going to the free throw line because they were going to foul you. She was coming down on the left side. I'm not sure. I got to look back at her tape to see how strong she is with her left hand. But she still could have won it with her right. Got a foul on the defense. I don't get it. All right, so the score is now 71-65. Unexpected, totally unexpected. If this shakes up this way and you put money on the Mystics to win today, you may have won some money. You may have won some money. All right, so we got 1 minute and 24 seconds left in the game. The Fever have called a timeout. So we'll be back to the action shortly. Brittany Sykes is leading scores with 18 points. She played 3 quarters. Sophie Cunningham played 3 quarters too, 17 points. Stephanie Dawson leads the Mystics with 8 rebounds. And Sophie Cunningham leads Indiana with 8 rebounds. So she's been cooking today. She has been the go-to today. Sugg Sutton leads the Mystics with 5 assists, and Kelsey Mitchell has 3 assists. So Kelsey Mitchell did not have the normal scoring production that she would normally have. She has been shooting really bad today. So she doesn't have that many points. But they are really banging today. They playing rough today. Good stuff. I love watching WNBA basketball because of physicality. It reminds me of 90s basketball, how rough and tough it was. And I love it. I love to see how hard they play and how they when they play, it is not they play with heart. They are going at it no matter what. All right, so let's see. Lexi Hall is going to the free throw line. Let's see if she's able to connect on that free throw. She drops it. So the score is now 71-66. If she hits this next free throw, it'll be 67 points for the Fever. All right. She hits that one too off the front rim. So yeah, let's see. Lucy Olsen is definitely playing good point guard minutes for the Washington Mystics. I definitely see her making the team, especially being a guard that can get a bucket, but she's able to initiate the offense, and she's able to get where she needs to get to. So, I think, this game is coming to an end. 29 seconds left in the game. The score is getting closer and closer. It's 71-69. Will Indiana be able to sneak out a victory here? What will happen? Because Lexi Hall hits 2 free throws. So let's see what happens here. I think they're just going to probably just get the ball and just dribble it out. Probably try to go through the offense. There's no reason to try to really get a bucket here. It's 26 seconds left. Just go ahead and they gotta do way better passing than this, because you are waiting to get the ball stolen. Waiting to get it stolen. Okay, so the Washington Mystics turn the ball over, and let's see here. The Washington Mystics are turning the ball over, and they're giving the Indiana Fever an opportunity to win this game. I don't get it. You have one job: control the basketball. Don't turn it over. But they turn it over and they foul, I believe, Lexi Hall. So that means Lexi Hall has 13 points and look like she's going to the free throw line. This is crazy. The Washington Mystics have had the lead this entire game except for the first 3 points that Indiana shot. But now they want to do bonehead stuff. Well, actually, I'm sorry. It's not Lexi Hall. It's Sophie Cunningham. I guess Indiana wants to win this game because they took out a couple players and put a couple players back in. All right. So score is 71-71 with 12 seconds left in the game. All we have to do is get the ball, and they have to take the last shot. If they don't take the last shot, I'm gonna be so upset. But that's another thing too. If we take this last shot and we don't win, we are going to overtime. the only successful ending of this particular fourth quarter is either with a win by the Washington Mystics because we have the ball, or we go to overtime. A turnover is not good. Offensive foul or something of that nature is not good. We have to be able to inbound the ball, and we have to be able to inbound the ball. So I'm expecting that the Indiana Fever is going to put some pressure on the Mystics because they want to try to turn the ball over and try to get a bucket. But let's see what happens. So they're getting ready to come back from the full timeout that the Washington Mystics called. It's 12 seconds left in the game. And we still got the rookies out there and the training camp contract players playing against more seasoned players from the Indiana Fever. So let's see, because Indiana Fever has Lexi Hall and Sophia Cunningham in the game. So those are definitely experienced players. Let's see what happens here. All right, so we're inbounding the ball. Inbounding to Zay Green. Killing clock. 7 seconds. Okay, we almost had it. Lucy Austin had a good opportunity to make it. Missed the layup. Then Cave had another opportunity, throw it up to the rim, didn't connect. So that's the end of regulation. And that means we are going to overtime. Overtime. Let's see what happens. The Washington Mystics should have canceled Christmas today. It should have been over with. They should have got the victory. But even with that being said, I am still happy to see how the Washington Mystics are playing, because I was not expecting them to do this well. I was not expecting that. Because we are without key players. Aaliyah Edwards did not play today. Aaliyah Edwards has a back injury, a lower back contusion, that's going to keep her out for 2 weeks. Additionally, we have Shakira Austin out with a leg injury, but she'll be back probably in a couple days. And without one of our coveted first-round draft picks, Georgia Moore, point guard. So we were definitely without a lot of players today. And, with that being said, the Mystics are playing quite well. But on the flip side, they are playing a team that is without Caitlin Clark for the Indiana Fever. But even with that being said, with Caitlin Clark not being in the game, they still have a bunch of new players on the Indiana Fever, and they should have got this victory without a problem. Let's be for real. Because they have a new addition, and they got new additions in DeWanna Bonner, Sophie Cunningham. They should have got this victory. But it's still it's rewarding to see how well the Washington Mystics are doing. And even this is a great, okay. This game is not about winning. This game is about evaluating who is going to make this team, right? So, going into overtime, we're going to take the same team that we had on the floor, I believe, from the end of the fourth quarter. So this is a great evaluation tool for the Washington Mystics. You're going to be able to see if Zay Green needs to be awarded a contract, JoJo Lacey is awarded a contract. I think Lucy Austin has solidified herself as having an opportunity to make this team. But this overtime is going to determine who is going to make the team and who's going to get cut for those last couple roster spaces. So let's see what happens. They're about to tip it off. Indiana Fever. Let's see if they still have Lexi Hall and Sophie Cunningham in the game. And yeah, they're trying to win. They're trying to get a win. So let's see what happens. Okay. Come on, Cave. You got to get that. So Zay Green makes a move and gets past her defender, dumps it off to Khadijah Cave, and she blows layup. It's like her second or third one tonight. So I think she might be one of the first cuts for the Washington Mystics. All right. So Michaela Timpson scores 2 buckets inside. Let's see here. Austin has the ball, swings it. They swinging it. Georgia Lacey swings it back. Okay. Okay, so it's an offensive foul on Pritchell. Yeah, that was definitely an offensive foul. She gets the ball and she actually sets a pick at the same time. So that's a foul. All right, so Indiana has the ball and they throw it away. Throw it all the way into the fans have seen the ball more than any fans need to see the ball. Because from the both sides have been throwing the ball into the stands. All right. So great shot by Brianna Jones. Great shot. She hasn't had much playing time tonight, but that was a great shot. So this is the war of seeing who's going to make the team. Who's going to get cut. Let me say this. Instead of who's going to make the team, who's going last past the first cuts. Let's just say that. Okay. Georgia Lacey shoots an air ball. Okay. Indiana comes down and shoots another air ball. So I think that they need to just slow it down. I think everyone is realizing, like, hey, I need to do good because this could be the end. So everybody needs to calm down and shoot the ball and make good plays. Okay. Zay Green, $1 million move, 2-cent finish. Gets it, throws it up with a good layup, and misses the shot. She got to be able to make those buckets. She got to. That was an easy bunny. Easy bunny. All right, so now Indiana has regained the lead since the first couple minutes or seconds of the first quarter. They are now up 75-74, 2 minutes and 40 seconds to go. And let's see here. That came from Cunningham hitting free throws. So she currently has 20 points now in this game. And Lexi Hall, they put in a press on this team. So, yeah. You got to come, Zay Green, on those type of situations, you got to come get the ball. You cannot wait for the ball to come to you. All right, so JoJo Lacey is taking over the point guard position at this point. So I think that's a good smart move. But she picks up her dribble, so she's in trouble. And then she throws a bad pass. So they're not necessarily doing what they need to do to make this team. It's not looking good for Zay Green, and it's not looking good for JoJo Lacey. JoJo Lacey has some good. It looked good, but then you have those moments where you just, you're not locked. It appears like you're not locked in. You're not locked in. All right. So Michaela Timpson hits a free throw. It's now 76-74. And Michaela Timpson is shooting another free throw, and she hits that too. So guess what? They are up by 5 points that fast. It's now 79-74. Let's see. Who gonna make a play? Who gonna do something? Who will do something? All right. You gotta make a bucket. Yeah, Indiana looks like they're gonna get this one. All right. Yep. I think that it is over for the Mystics today. We had an opportunity to win in regulation, but we didn't. So now it's just like, hey, what are we going to do here? What are we going to do? Okay, y'all need what in the okay. They're running offense, but they are not running the offense good. They are running like they are unsure of what to do. At when the shot clock gets low like that, there's no reason. You got to call for that ball. You got to go and get it. You got to go and get it. You got to go and get it. You got to go get it. You got to be aggressive. But at the same token is, Zay Green was a 3rd round pick, and you will want to see all of your draft picks do well and get onto the team. But I don't know if she's really doing enough here to make an argument for her to be on the roster going into the season. But she still has some time. We'll see how this translates going forward. All right. So just so you know, the Washington Mystics play at the Care First Arena, and they actually have a deal with Washington or the District of Columbia, Washington, D.C.'s government, that they can move up to 4 games to different sites. So that means that the 2 games against Indiana, the 2 home games against Indiana, will end up being played in Baltimore, which is about 45 minutes to an hour away. But during the time that they have to play, that's going to be in the hot rush hour. It's going to take us some. It's going to be a way. That's a trip in rush hour. So we'll see how that translates against the Indiana Fever. They also have 2 other games one game against the Chicago Sky and another game against the Los Angeles Aces that will be in Virginia. So it's the same type of deal. It can be difficult to get to those arenas during certain times of the day. But I'm sure that they're going to get a good turnout for all of those games. And we just go from there. All right. So now back to the game action. So Indiana is up 79-74 with 54 seconds left in the game. And let's see here. Okay, so Indiana turns the ball over and see if the Mystics can get some buckets. Because if they don't get any buckets, they are going to go home from Indy with a loss. Okay, so they got to run this offense better. They got to do better. Okay, so they are literally okay. So they turn it over again. Or they didn't turn it over. They miss a shot. Go back on fast break. Okay, so It's all over. The Indiana Fever take out the Washington Mystics. Coach Sidney Johnson is not, I know he's not happy with the way that this game ended because they look good running their offense throughout the game. But when the rookies and the training camp players came in, they didn't do too well. They couldn't run the offense. So I expect that several players will probably be cut within the next couple days. Yeah, they're going to definitely slim down his roster soon. I was definitely rooting for Zay Green to do well, but I don't think she's going to make it. This was definitely a rough physical game from the outset. I like that fight in the Mystics because I haven't necessarily seen that watching games. So we picked up we picked up a technical foul for pushing players from Indy. Actually, I think it was Cunningham on both instances. And then Kiki Irfin body slammed her. I don't want to see anybody get hurt, but I enjoy seeing the physical play, right? So we'll see how this translates going forward. So let's break it down. So let's talk about Indy first since they won. You had Sophie Cunningham with 21 points, 8 rebounds. And let's see here. She shot the lights out. Well, I thought she shot the lights out. She was 2 for 6 from the 3-point line, but where she really got money is from the free throw line. 7 for 8 from the free throw line to add to that 20 to get her to 21 points. All right. So additionally, on the Indiana Fever, you have Kelsey Mitchell with 12 points, but she had a very bad shooting night. If she would have had a good shooting night, she probably would have had 35 points. But she was 4 of 17 from the field, 2 of 10 from 3. She hit both of her free throws. So I expect that Kelsey Mitchell will have a stronger season going forward. But she just didn't get it done today. And other key additions are Natasha Howard and DeWanna Bonner. DeWanna Bonner had 9 points. Natasha Howard had 11 points. DeWanna Bonner was 7 for 7 from the free throw line. But she didn't shoot well, 1 for 8. So they got to get that together. If they want to really beat some teams, they need to get that together. Let's talk about the Mystics, the home squad. All right. So with the Mystics, Brittany Sykes Slim had 18 points. She was 8 for 17 shooting. That's a good shooting night. She was 2 of 8 from the 3-point line. She needed to get that better. She needed to get that with a higher percentage. And she was 0 for 1 from the free throw line. So she got to get those free throws. Those are money bunnies. Next up, we have one of the rooks, Sonia Citron, had 15 points. She was 5 of 6 from the field, 2 of 3 from the 3, and 3 of 3 from the free throw line. Talk about efficiency. That's major efficiency there. She had 4 rebounds, 2 assists, and I thought she had 2 steals, but no, she had 1 steal and 1 block. So she had a really good showcase today. Doug Sutton. Okay, before we talk about Sugg, let's talk about Stephanie Dawson. Stephanie Dawson had 10 points, 8 rebounds, and Emily Inksler had 9 points, 6 rebounds. So that was good. Kiki Irfin, one of our top rookies, had 7 points on 2 of 7 shooting. She was 3 from 3 from the free throw line, 5 rebounds. She got to work on her turnovers and her personal fouls. She had 4 fouls. She just got to work on her ability to play aggressive defense without fouling. She has to work on her strength. And we'll have to see how that translates into where her role will be on the roster. She's definitely going to make the roster. Just a matter of what she's going to do, right? So let's talk about Sugg Sutton. Sugg Sutton is on a training camp contract, right? And she played the point guard role primarily today. So Sugg she has great ability to get to the bucket, right? And she can play good defense. But the thing is this, when it comes to Sugg, if she's on, she's on. If she's not, she's not, right? So she filled up the stat sheet with 7 rebounds and 5 assists, right? But she was 0 for 5 from the field, 0 for 3 from 3. So she got to get that scoring together. Because if I was another team, if she's going to be the Washington Mystics starting point guard, if that's the case, that means that guess what? I don't have to check her from the 3. So that means they can crowd the paint or do other defensive schemes, but she got to score. She got to score. Got to see better. Got to see better. And also, she dribbled a whole lot during this game. So, unnecessarily dribble, not being efficient. But I think that's coming from being like the combo guard mindset and not a point guard mindset. So, we might have to bring in another point guard. Let's be for real here. Let's be real. Lucy Olsen played good minutes. She got to definitely improve her scoring, her ability to make a bucket. But when it comes to, when it comes to her running the show and her ability to bring the ball up the court, she would be great for the second unit. Great. I think that if we would have had our rookie Georgia Moore, who ripped her or messed up her ACL, we would have seen a more efficient offense. Even though they played well, they ran their sets well. I was happy to see how they ran their sets. But they need somebody that can actually initiate the offense without turnovers. And even though you're able to bring the ball up, if you're not able to bring the ball up and initiate the offense, make the right decision at the right time, it could be difficult, especially when we're playing the better teams, right? So Indiana, New York, the Aces, on down the line, right? I expected this score to be a little bit different. I expected the Indiana to have a bigger win margin, but I'm still happy to see that the game was close because we were without several players. Leah Edwards didn't play. Shakira Austin didn't play. So those were big time players. That's starters for our front court. So, hopefully that the injury bug is not hitting the Washington Mystics again like it did last year. Hopefully it's not hitting us this early, this fast. So, again, the Indiana Fever gets the victory in overtime against the Washington Mystics. The score was 79-74. And you have been listening to the FanWire podcast. And let's see here. We do have somebody with a comment here. OT, I'll take it if it means the Mystics will get the W. Yeah, I had the same outset, that same outlook at the beginning of the OT period, but they didn't hold it together. But I kind of expected that with the lineup that we had on the floor. That was definitely evaluation period to see who was going to make the team, and they didn't do too well. But I think that Lucy Olsen has definitely put herself in a good position to make the team. We'll see what happens with the rest. How do you think the team approached this game, and what adjustments might they make during the next game? That is a great question. Okay, during the next game, let's see. What should they do different? I think that the major focus is to, of course, run the offense, right? be fluid on the offense with your starters, right? But the approach that they need to make in the next game is to be more focused on the second unit and your whoever's going to be that last couple players on the roster. They should get a lot of minutes. It's not going to look pretty, but they need to see who can do what and what they can do for the team. So I really think that players like Lucy Alston should get a lot of minutes. She probably should start at point guard. I think they should give her some burn at starting point guard. But Sugg is our starting point guard for right now. I said give her a go, give her a try, see what she can do. Or they might need to sign somebody, bring somebody in, because they need somebody that can initiate the offense. Let's see what happens. Because a lot of these players are on training camp contracts. So the Washington Mystics definitely have flexibility with their roster going forward. So if you're not aware, a training camp contract is a person that is not really, they have a contract, but it doesn't impact the salary cap as of this point. If they're actually named to the roster, at that point, they will be counted against the salary cap, right? So you have players like Emily Inksler, Sugg Sutton, Khadijah Cave, Ashton Purcell, JoJo Lacey, Morgan Jones, and some other players. I believe Sika Cone is also has training camp contracts. So they can make the team or they might not make the team. But we definitely have some players that I believe will make it from that group. Sugg should make the team. Emily definitely is going to make the team. It's just a matter of who's going to fill out the rest of these spaces. So we will definitely be having a video coming soon regarding the depth chart of the Washington Mystics, who we think is going to make the team. The too early starting lineup is going to be a part of that video as well. And we'll see. We'll see what happens. Because with Georgia Moore not being on the team right now due to injury, that changes everything. That really changes everything. But we'll see how things go. And also, there will be other cuts from other teams. So those players may be brought into our building due to being cut from somewhere else. It might be an opportunity to bring them on our team with the Washington Mystics and see what they can do. They might be able to add value to the team. But again, let's talk about the home opener against the Atlanta Dream on May the 16th. If you're not aware, we are doing the Rooftop Rebound DC. It's the after party for the home opener against the Atlanta Dream. So the Washington Mystics will be playing at CareFirst Arena, and we will be having an after party that will take place on May the 16th. DJ Duke Live will be bringing all of the music, all of the hits. So it's definitely going to be a party. And we will be doing a live podcast as well. So the Fan Wire podcast with your host Delano, which is me, and Coach C will also be there from Atlanta. And we will be chopping it up. What we saw in the game, what we expect going forward, and different things. So this will be at the Cambria Hotel in Washington, D.C. It's about 10 minutes away from the CareFirst Arena where the Washington Mystics plays their home games. And so, yeah, pull up, get some good food, get some good drinks, and some good music and some good vibes. All right, so this is your host, Delano, on the Fan Wire Podcast, where we shoot, we score. We thank you for tuning in to the live reaction to the game against the Washington Mystics against the Indiana Fever, where we lost this one 79-74. And yeah, we got more coming to you real soon. Don't forget, like and subscribe to the channel. Check y'all next time.